not too long after he graduated, he decided to become the head wrestling coach. I think you're 26, 24. He was 24 when he took over the head coach at the Division I college program, which as we know is pretty young. So he took over the University of Pennsylvania. He was the head coach there for 19 years. And then in the last 2 years, he's assisted with the program. 21 years? 2 years. Correct. So 21 years total. He's involved with the Quakers. That's our mascot at the University of Pennsylvania. So it was an honor for me to wrestle for him. I could say a lot about him, but I think one of the things as far as taking a team is that he was able to take a team that was approximately 90th in the nation. Right? Even lower than that. Right? I like the 90th to 9 because it sounds right. But he took a team that was at the bottom of the barrel of NCAA Division I programs and took it all the way up to 9th in the country where we were beating the majority of all the Big Ten teams, which I think is impressive for an Ivy League school. As some of you guys know, it's hard to get athletes in there. We didn't have All-American for I think approximately over 40 years. It was humbling for me to have the opportunity to do that. 1997, and then after me, there were multiple All-Americans almost every single year. Brett Motter ended up proving that you could be an NCAA champion for Penn in 2000. He opened that door, and Matt Valenti came in and said, now you can win it twice. You can 2-time NCAA champion. And so Coach Reina's coached multiple All-Americans. He's got a lot of experience as a coach, but wrestling coach was me. I think one of the greatest things about him is just a mentor and a leader, and just having a vision to be able to say, I want to take a program like this and make one of the best programs in the country. So without further ado, Coach Roger.
Thanks, Brad. Appreciate it. Appreciate being here, guys. You know, I know sometimes after a really hard workout, it kind of sucks to listen to some old guy talk, right? So I promise a couple things is that, you know, I'll talk to you again about 5-6 minutes or something like that. And if I don't deliver something that's meaningful to you, I'll get my action. Right? Make that deal up front. But hopefully I give something to you because I really feel sport gave so much to me and so much to people around me that I love the opportunity to pay forward a little bit. Hopefully you guys all have that in you too. Find young people or people coming up in your community somewhere. Pay forward a little bit. You know, it does so much for us. We know it. It's so hard at times too. Right? But we know it. So pay it forward. So this is a great opportunity for me. I appreciate it. I consider it an honor. So super quick, part of our 5 minutes too. Just tell me your name, how old you are, and where you're from.
Alex Smith, I'm 18, I'm 20 minutes north of here.
East, 19,
okay. Jack Jensen, 29, and I'm from Swansea.
Where are you from? I remember you. All right.
Justin Kilgore, 24th in Cleveland.
All right. Where's the big one?
Berea. Here's strong
Cleveland guys.
Halsey Ford, 28, Iowa.
We're from Iowa.
Small town by Cedar Rapids.
What's his name?
Animals.
Doing right, girl. 26 from
Where are you from?
Manchester.
Manchester where?
England.
Wonderful.
Garrett Ryan, 18, Arizona.
Okay.
John Reader, 25, Houston, Michigan.
How's your knee?
Good.
Like the bike?
Yeah, love it. Nick Marcelo, 21 from St. Carson.
All right. Jordan, train? Are you?
Kyle Snyder, from Woodbine, Maryland.
Maryland.
Lots of really guys coming up. Jonathan Scott from Costa Rica. Went out to the OSA permits. Number 9, up here. US County, 19.
Cool. So then where you guys are from, all over the country, around the world. So I guess a couple things. I think maybe anybody here trying to do something they've never done before in terms of accomplishments? Anybody trying to reach a new height? Right. So that's what I want to talk about a little bit because I don't think it's simple, but I think there is a formula to get there. So I'm going to give you 3 things to think about, to wrap your head around, and maybe do something about, not just hear a talk and walk away going like that one. Like do something with it, right? So the first thing I'll tell you is to do something different, do something at a higher level. You got to know what people who have accomplished that before did to get there. That's not hard to find out. What'd you do to be an Olympic champion? I did this, this, and this, and this. What'd you do 3 years before? What'd you do 2 years before? What'd you do 1 year before? Right? You got lots of examples. You got Scott Chance, you got other guys. You can ask them, what did you do? Like, I want to know what you did. Not just like big picture, like day in, day out. Right? So you can find that out. So when he wanted to be Olympic champion, and we had other guys, and I had coached those, been involved with USA Wrestling a lot. I was coaching there. I was coaching up. I coached age group national champions in every single age group that USA Wrestling offers. So lots of interaction with different guys. Some guys just went out there and did it. Other guys had a plan. So finding out what people did before, and then putting that into your life in some systematic way, that's the plan part. Okay? Finding out what they did is easy to find out. I ran this much, I lifted like this, I did this, I did that, I went to these competitions, this made a difference for me. Okay? So when he said he wanted to do that, we found out what other Olympic champions did. We had Dave Schultz as an example, and other people. We started picking their brain and being a student, finding that information out. And then we set a plan out. So this is where it gets a little harder. Because we had a 3-year plan, right? And then we revised it once. So we're planning 3 years ahead by the month of what was going to happen in that month, what tournaments are going to go to, what technique was going to be improved on, right? On your feet, on the mat, right? Offensively, defensively, specifics in what month it was going to happen. Right? So there was a 3-year plan, and then we looked at it again and revised it. So it wasn't luck. You know, it's a lot of courage. Because you got to execute on that plan. It can't just be paper, right? And even if you do all the work leading up to it, when it's time to wrestle, and the lights are on, you got to have courage. You see it all, see that plan all the way through, right? So that's your part. The plan part is pretty systematic. So we weren't perfect, but out of all those monthly goals, what percentage would you say you hit in that month? About 80%. And so this is what most people can't do. They don't have the ability to set a plan and then execute it day in and day out. It's really simple. You just take it one day at a time. It's not hard. Do it consistently, do it when you feel like it, when you're really motivated, but then do it when you don't feel like it that day, or you're a little hurt, or you're a little sick, or something happened with family, or whatever. You got beat, you shouldn't have got beat, you don't feel like it, and still do what you need to do that day. Now you're doing what most people don't. Now you're executing on where most people fall down and you're getting ahead of your competition. Does that make any sense? Yeah. So we used to have this saying, it's like, you know, do the right thing one day at a time. Sound pretty simple, right? It's not. Most people can't do it. They don't have the discipline to do it. So 80% is a pretty good hit rate. I'll take that.
Okay.
The other thing we did a lot of scouting. And we weren't fooling around with the scouting. It wasn't just watching to watch. So in '96, we were in the stands sitting there watching Satya wrestle. That was 4 years. You were a junior in college? And no one from Texas had ever made the Olympic team in wrestling ever. There were 2 guys in the stands going, can you see yourself down here 4 years from now on this floor and talking about it? Now, I had seen Satya the year before in '95 because he had won the World Championships. He was 18 or 19 years old. 19? So I had seen him before, and I was like, holy shit. You know, he only lost 1 match in 4 Olympiads, right? You guys know that? Satya, the Russian? You know, beat him, right? That match was pretty well scripted out. How it happened. Nailed it. Right?
Failed in that match too, though.
How so?
I got taken down 3 times.
Right.
So point being is it wasn't perfect.
But he gave himself a chance by having a plan, knowing what it took to get there, and then executing on that plan day in and day out for 3 to 4 years. So the last thing I'll give you, because I told you I'll give you 3 things, right? One is know what it takes to get there, like really know. That's easy to find out. Set a plan with the coaches. Write it down. Is that plan up in your room? Cross stuff off. Be anal about it. Am I getting it done? What did I miss? Do I got to plug that in later? Cross it off when it's done. Getting there. Right? Confidence building. The last thing is you got to have something to remind yourself about it. And that comes down to you. Like, what's a reminder? You know, like I used to just throw things out there, like maybe it would stick. Like, how about every step you take when you're walking to practice? Like, make that step. Remind yourself, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do the plan. I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to take that chance with that new technique that I'm not sure about yet. I'm going to try it in practice. Right? Whatever those things are you're supposed to be doing that month, like every step you take, just. Or when you're on a bike, you know, like every pedal you take. And when you're lifting, like every breath you take, you do it for this reason. So you're connecting your brain and your goals, what's going on with your body, putting it together, and it's a reminder. So when you step out on the mat and it's time to wrestle, you've done that in your head like thousands of times. But specific to your plan, like specific to your goals. Does that make sense? So those would be the 3 things I throw out there, and just have courage. Have courage to go for it. Don't be afraid to fail. Because to do something that you've never done before, you gotta be able to have the courage to put it out there, have the guts to go for it. I wish you all the best. I left coaching and I got into like kind of early stage technology companies. How many of you guys ride that bike? That espresso bike, that virtual cool. Like it? Oh yeah. If you like it, tell the people at USA Wrestling you like it because it's a demo. It may not stay here forever, but hopefully it does. That's what we're doing now. We're trying to build something with the company that no one ever did before. So we're trying to figure out how to do something really hard that no one's ever done. Build like an online extra gaming community, worldwide leaderboards, challenges all around the planet, right? So that's what we're trying to do. Again, just trying to do something that hasn't been done. That's where the fun is. So, Coach, anything else?
It's good. You guys have anything